What's up, guys? Last but not least, going to take you through the shooting strings real quick. So I'm going to teach you a little funky technique here, how I do my kind of woven multicolor nylon. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold one string king nylon exactly in half and kind of pinch the end a little bit just so you have a marker right there, and then do the same thing with your other colored nylon, which you can always buy at our website. Haha. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to tie a little square knot at the end. So the easiest way to do that is put one up through the next, take the two ends of the gray here and go up through that blue, right? So I've done blue up through the gray, then I'm going to go gray up through the blue, pull myself a nice little square knot, really easy knot, and that's what's going to keep these together. Now I'm going to take my head, I'm going to go put these in through the fourth sidewall hole here. So I've got a little space in between the third and the fifth. I'm going to go in through the fourth, and now what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to make sure that the gray one is coming up into the hole. Doesn't really matter, but I'm going to want this square knot sitting right on top of the sidewall if possible. That'll help you keep it even at the end. Easiest way to do this is you're going to bring up the gray colored ones, your first color up, and you're going to take the leftmost. Once this is even, you're going to take the left two strings, one from each. So the left Carolina blue, I'm pulling that off to the left, and then the left gray, I'm pulling off to the left. Taking this blue one on the right, going down through 9 diamond 1, up through 2, pull it to the right. Now I'm going down with the gray, up 3, pull to the right. Down 3 with the blue, up 4, pull to the right. Take the gray, down 4, up 5, continue that pattern. This is how I do my shooting strings. I find it to be the easiest to tension this way and keep everything nice and clean. Now you're going to pull a reasonable amount of tension on this, nothing too crazy. You're just going to tie a square knot first, so left over right, right over left, or vice versa, right over left, left over right. Tie that square knot nice and tight, and then you're going to tie a double overhand over it. So I'm taking both strings like this, I'm going to pull around behind my finger, and then tie my double overhand. The square knot is something that doesn't move much, but if you have the two strings kind of flopping around, then sometimes it gets a little loose, so we tie the overhand knot on top of that. Now here, I'm just doing the same exact thing, pulling it to the right. If you wanted it to look a little more braided, you would actually pull these out to the left, but I like kind of the symmetry of pulling it out to the right. So, same thing, I'm just matching exactly what I did the first time. You'll also find that if you do the bottom one first, it comes out a little better tension-wise, so that's why we do that. Just going to breeze through this for you real quick. Now I'm going to take my shooting string, and I just realized that I didn't do proper audio for this, so you guys are going to have to enjoy my GoPro audio here. Sorry about that. And then coming through, so you're putting this in through the 6th sidewall hole, and it's the same thing. What I like to do with my shooting strings to keep them really even, so I'm doing that same kind of one at a time thing, and to make sure that these stay flat. So I've got my string flat here. I'm going to pinch it, run my hand all the way to the end, and then now if you can see how it's folded over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my left hand and put my thumb right before the end, and then kind of guide the string in with the back of my hand. So what this does is as I'm pulling it it's going to make sure that it goes in as flat as possible. So right here you'll see I'm going to pinch at the bottom so I keep it flat all the way through. Kind of let it fold over itself. Pinch with my left hand and feed it through the back with my forefingers. So as you start speeding it up, what you're going to see is I'm pinching it down with my thumb, pulling it through, bringing it back, pulling it through. And so this is the easiest way to get super clean shooting strings that are perfectly even every time, because you can adjust the individual tension of each string as you're going through. It's actually something people ask me a lot, is how do I get my shooting strings looking that clean? And it's because I taught myself, and you can call it the wrong way, but I like it, so I'm gonna go with it. Same thing, tying a nice square knot, tying that nice and tight. The key here is you don't want to pull the first knot tight. You're actually going to pull the second overhand tight, because that will allow you to have this shooting string be a little bit looser without tightening down the string too much. Going to tie a nice overhand right on top of it once again, and now it's just up to the trimming section. If you haven't seen our lighter bros before, check them out online. They have a nice little knife, a little micro screwdriver, and a pair of scissors that fits on your Bic lighter case. I love stringing with these things. The scissors on the new one are actually pretty solid. So just make sure you're careful with the knife, because it's definitely... Sorry about that, guys. Apparently the GoPro died, but here is the finished product for our Command U pattern. So you can see this pocket just kind of naturally sits right in the middle of the head, right underneath that sweet spot of the stick. So it comes out really smoothly. Really happy with the way this pocket performs. We've had a lot of kids into this stick, and they seem to like it a lot. So thanks so much for checking out our tutorial. Let us know what other heads you'd like us to do, and we'll try to get to them. Otherwise, stay tuned for our little field review. Thanks so much, and I will catch you guys next time.